about preemptive SJF. We're using example at toilet to show the preemptive SJF solution. P1 burst time is 4, arrival time is 0. P1 enter first until 1 millisecond. 1 millisecond, P2 arrive. But burst time is 1, arrival time also 1. Then P1 come out, checking burst time with P2. Which one burst time is shorter? P2 burst time shorter than P1, so P2 enter first. P2 finish at 2 milliseconds, then P3 arrive. Burst time is 11, arrival time is 2. P1 checking burst time with P3. P1 have shorter burst time, so P1 enter first. At 3 milliseconds, P4 arrive. P1 come out again, checking burst time with P3 and P4. P1 still have shorter burst time, so P1 enter first. P1 finish at 5 milliseconds. P4 checking burst time with P3, then P4 had shorter burst time, so P4 enter first. P4 finish at 10 milliseconds, then P5 arrive. P5 checking burst time with P3, P5 have shorter burst time, so P5 enter first. P5 finish at 13 milliseconds, then P3 enter until 24 milliseconds finish. P1 arrival time is 0. Burst time is 4. So P1 enter first. At 1 millisecond, P2 arrive. Arrival time is 1. Burst time is 1. P1 deduct 1 millisecond because P1 using 1 millisecond, so burst time become 3. P2 enter until finish. P3 arrive at 2 milliseconds. Arrival time is 2. Burst time is 11. We choose the shorter burst time. That is P1. P1 enter again at 3 milliseconds. Then P4 arrive. Arrival time is 3. Burst time is 5. P1 deduct 1 millisecond. Now shorter burst time is P1. Until P1 finish at 5 milliseconds. We choose again the burst time is shorter burst time is P4. Until P4 finish at 10 milliseconds. P5 arrive. Arrival time is 10. Burst time is 3. Now P5 burst time shorter than P3. So P5 enter first. Until P5 finish at 13 milliseconds. P3 enter until 24 milliseconds finish. Now we calculate waiting time. P1 starting point is 0, arrival time is 0. 0 minus 0. Then plus, because P1 still have enter, starting point is 2 minus end point is 1. Waiting 1 millisecond. P2. P2 starting point is 1, arrival time is 1. 1 minus 1. Waiting time is 0 millisecond. P3 starting point is 13, arrival time is 2. So waiting 11 milliseconds. P4 starting time is 5, arrival time is 3. 5 minus 3, waiting time is 2 milliseconds. P5, starting time is 10, arrival time also 10. 10 minus 10, 0 milliseconds. Now we calculate average waiting time. We total all waiting time divide 5. Equal 2.8 milliseconds.